Here we are in beautiful downtown Gloucester, the west end of Gloucester. Why don't you introduce yourselves for our audience?
Oh, my name's Tim Oullette.
Tim, and you are the owner of Brand Group International?
Brand Group International, that's right.
Brand Group International decided to locate your offices here in Gloucester, but I'm assuming by the name Brand Group International, you do business all over the world.
Right. I mean, we opened offices here in 2007. Actually, we started out of the house. We live in Gloucester. We've been living up here since late 80s. And we wanted offices in the community. You know, a 5-minute commute to work can't be beat. And we wanted to be able to have our offices where we lived. So tax dollars go into the community. And yeah, it's an international business. I mean, what we do is we work with primarily branded apparel and footwear groups, and we build out international businesses for them. So as long as we're close to an airport and we have solid internet connections, we can do business anywhere. And the choice was to do it here in Gloucester.
There's a group right up the street from you. I think it's 1 block away. Gianni Gallo, Gallo Studios. He does Rome television from his studio on Center Street, on the corner of Middle and Center Street. And there's more and more of these creative people, brilliant people that are coming to Gloucester to make it call it their home, and I think it's they're all assets to our community.
You know, it's interesting, Joe. We bring people from around the world in. I mean, we've had groups from Japan and we've had groups from Italy. The groups from Italy love it here. I mean, we can go and we can get an espresso, and there's a feeling, a little bit of a feeling of Europe for them here. But we've had, we bring people from all over the world into this area, and they love Gloucester. Certainly during the summer, they kind of look forward to coming up here.
Yeah.
But it's a community where, for us, it's an easy place to live and to do business. And for people coming in here, it's kind of a break from what they're used to. Most everybody goes into the big cities.
Yeah.
So when, sure, it's 45 minutes from the airport up here, but it's 45 minutes that the people don't mind spending.
Yeah.
And next week we have a sales meeting going on here Monday and Tuesday. And so we'll be bringing people from around the U.S. in for a meeting for 2 days, and they're in and out. But staying at like the Cape Ann Marina or on the back shore is a lot different than staying at a Marriott in a downtown location. And people appreciate that.
Absolutely. So why don't we talk about specifically the types of things that Brand Group International does?
So, as I said, we work with brands, primarily athletic footwear and apparel, sport fashion, which is my background, and we work with them building out international pieces of business. So one of the big projects we have now is Crocs. Through another company that we run out of Portland, Oregon, we hold the global license for Crocs kids apparel. So we design, develop, manufacture, and sell worldwide kids apparel. This office is focused on the sales and marketing. Design and development is done, and operations are done out of Portland, Oregon.
Now here's a question for you. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
But Crocs is a huge, huge company. How do you gain the trust that they're going to give you the license for Crocs children's apparel, which has to be an enormous account? Yeah. How do you gain the trust of a company like Crocs to say, yeah, you're going to be our guy?
Well, it's funny. We went after Crocs. Crocs is $1 billion company. Never licensed anything, but they decided they wanted to become more of a lifestyle brand, which means you have to get into apparel, accessories, and everything. So we went up against 8 groups out of New York, really typical licensing manufacturing groups. They make 100 different brands on the same silhouette of a shirt. My partner and I come from the branded side of the business. And I worked with Nike, with Lecoq Sportif, with Adidas, and we understand what brands mean and what they need to communicate on a product. And I think that kind of differentiated us from all of the other groups that went after this license. So yeah, we didn't even have a company when we went after this. We started our company, we made business cards, literally we made business cards in the office. We went in, got the license, and then formed the company and headquartered it out in Portland. But we're able, so that's one of the big businesses that BGI drives.
unbelievable. Right here in Gloucester, in the West End, we're looking out the front window. We're looking at the Judith Sargent Murray house. We're looking out the back window at Fisherman's Wharf, and you're in the heart of like, this is old school Gloucester right here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Making it happen.
You know, it's funny because I had lived here for, like I said, since the late '80s, but I was always in and out. And when we moved in here and started living and working in the city, you get a completely different perspective of the city. I had never really spent any time in downtown, and now we know most everybody on these blocks, and we're much more like a part of the community than we ever were.
Fantastic.
Which is great.
Yeah, oh, no question about it, especially when you can go down, you can walk down your steps and go get a Vigilio sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't suck. So, all right, well, that's fantastic. And I'd like to, why don't we talk about some of the brands that are behind you right now?
All right, so we have, right behind here is Looped Works, and a lot of these items are Looped Works. Looped Works is a new project that we took on in October. And it's, you know, everybody's talking about the environment and going green, but yet to make an organic t-shirt, it still uses 400 gallons of water. And water is one of the precious commodities that this planet has. That's a good point, right? So what Looped Works does is it upcycles everything, meaning it goes around, we go around to factories, not we, but the groups that are working the factories for us, and we buy excess materials. So, you know, excess cottons, this is all excess neoprene material from
Wetsuits.
And we repurpose it into a collection of apparel, as well as the big item that has been really, really successful for us has been all of the neoprene accessories for laptops and for iPads and for Kindles. But it's using what exists. We create nothing, but we recreate everything.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So the footprint that we leave doesn't really exist. It repurposes.
Yeah, you're not putting 400 gallons of water to make a T-shirt.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to show the brand, the logo, because it's a beautiful logo. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Maybe not, because it's... But,
so Looped Works is just, you know, as I said, we started taking over the sales and marketing in October, and the primary areas of businesses were working colleges and universities in the bookstore. There's a little higher level of green awareness. We're working a lot of the corporate accounts in B2B, where they make tons of T-shirts and, you know, sort of all the promotional giveaway products.
Right.
This is all good giveaway products. There's no environmental damage to it. And we're also now starting to work the big box accounts, big, you know, Best Buy and Kohl's and Target, and where the consumers are really shopping.
And how about some of your other brands?
What else do we have? Well, we have Crocs here, we have neoprene here, we have the Looped Works here. Over here, there's this is a line of luggage out of Milan called FPM, Fabbricio Pelletieri Milano. Mm-hmm. It's a line of Italian luggage, sort of a functional luxury luggage that was started by the former CEO of Samsonite. So it's all designed in Italy, made in Italy, and we're working on distributing that internationally. And the other project that we're just closing on is a group out of New Hampshire, a company called New England Footwear. And they do a brand of outdoor hiking shoes called Go Light. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of I guess that's the stable of brands that we're working with now. Am I missing anything?
We're working on some things, but that's what we're working with.
That's the core of the business right now. Yeah.
All here in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
All here in Gloucester.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for speaking with us and bringing this to our community. And I see you guys all the time down in Rocky Neck hanging out,
right?
Which is you know, God's country right there, right?
No, absolutely. Well, we thank you for coming here. We thank you a lot for doing the blog.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of help. It's not just me. So
you do a great job on it.
Thanks so much.